Well, I guess I should talk about this a little bit. I should probably I should probably get in people's faces a little bit here, or just spit in their faces a little bit. Or you know what? Actually, this is probably not spitting in your face because wait, I was never that mean. I was never like that. But maybe I should be mean. Maybe people want me to. I don't know what people want, man. That's the funny thing, though. You know what I mean? Is like different people like different things because it kind of like shows this behavior that they can't do that often, or the way that they are in secret, or kind of like this obscure kind of dimension of themselves they never really realized or really were able to really think about or anything. And so other people kind of introduce that to you, and it's like it's funny when you don't like someone because then you don't get what they have, kind of thing. It's kind of funny. You don't get their gift of satisfaction. You're not in the. It's just like high school cliques and stuff. But it's pretty much what it. That's pretty much how I see the internet and everything. It's just like like corny high school cliques or something. Like certain people like certain things, and they're kind of their own little group. And then I don't know. It's all kind of the same crap, really. You know what I mean? It's just like whatever. Okay, cool. You like this stuff. You like that stuff. But do you know why you like it psychologically? That's the question. Because if you knew, maybe you wouldn't like it as much. I think once you figure it out, then you might not like it as much. But you might stick around. I don't know. Go through a transformation. Maybe you're just liking what everyone else is like. I don't know. Does it really have to get that complicated? But anyways, I wanted to get into what the hell is going on my channel, and just kind of shed a little bit of light into some people's eyes out there. And you know, I've gotten a lot of people subscribe in the last year, and I don't know if that really means anything. I don't know if you really like me, if you really like my stuff, and it's probably really up to me, if I make good enough stuff for people to watch, and if I'm, doing well. And honestly, to do well every single day is pretty difficult, and you'd probably be better to just sit here all day and just grind it out until you get something good, and then mash that up into a bigger video, and then just try really hard to so there's a lot of ethics there. And so I understand what ethics are. I understand what it takes to make something really good, and it can take a lot of effort. you know I was just thinking, and I'm always thinking about this kind of stuff, like what it takes to make it in comedy, because I was just grinding so hard trying to do it. But I was just so impatient. For me, I just want to do some funny stuff on the camera and post it. So to sit here and rehearse stuff all day and to put everything in place and make this timeless, almost like create like making a movie or something. That's kind of the movie work ethic. It's kind of funny too because even the movie work ethic doesn't work all the time. They put all these resources and stuff into stuff. It doesn't always work all the time, but you know what? The easy, fast comedy technique, instant gratification, pulling something out funny out of thin air probably doesn't work all the time either. It doesn't. And honestly, it probably never worked for me other than eating food on camera. I don't know why people like that so much. I guess it's just ASMR comedy. I don't even know if some people see it as funny at all. I don't know. I was trying to be funny, but I guess that was just an obsession. But anyways, without getting into too much detail about what the hell my channel is about, what I'm about, and what the hell is really going on, I'll pretty much just say this, you know, and elaborate a little bit more. But basically, I've made a lot of stuff and I've been very obsessed with making stuff for a long time. And I have I think I just too much ADHD or something. And maybe to some people I could look a little bit desperate or whatever, or whatever you want to really think about what I'm doing. That's kind of my idea. That's kind of how I think. It's like whatever you want to think, I guess, is good for you. Like I don't know, like I think a lot of different things too. So if you really want to think things about me, I think a lot. I've thought a lot. I've written a lot of books. I've done a lot of things. And not everybody is going to think that everything that I do is great, and they probably dismiss it as, "Oh, this is not very good." Especially when a person can look at something with, you know, 10 million views on the internet and say, "You know what? This is really bad." you know? But, a lot of the stuff you see online, it's like, well, that's kind of the point is it's so bad, it's good. That's kind of the hilarity of it. But, that's a genre in itself, you have to bury it to a certain degree. It's to a certain degree, it's too complicated with all the stuff that you see online, man. It's all blending and combining, and people are crazy and strange and weird, and they all have their own way of doing things. And most people, like, most people probably don't even exist online as much as as much thought as they put into it. So that's okay though, because I just felt like I was a non-existent person for a long time. Like, how do you expect to come out of nowhere and be some giant mega star or something? You know what I mean? I don't know. Even the word star is a little bit cliche to me. I could elaborate a lot more on my thoughts of everything that's going on, but basically, what's happening? Well, I've done a lot of different things. I've made animation. I've made a lot of animations. I've made a lot of music videos. I've made a lot of music. I made a lot of different talk videos. Just me talking about different stuff, trying to perform in different ways, trying to perform hashtag perform quote unquote without whatever the hell that is. So I've tried a lot of different stuff, and basically I've tried to just experimented with a lot of shorts techniques of just like quick easy comedy and loops. Kind of the art of the loop is kind of something that kind of has been kind of crazy for me, like the last because like it's a kind of a new thing to the human race to just do like vertical loops on your phone. I mean, not necessarily, but it's kind of, you have to know a lot about the history of everything. I know there are some different apps that have kind of trended over the years, trended. But, yeah, it's starting, it's all of a sudden it's like the big hit, and all the platforms are adopting this different way of doing videos. And so basically I've made stuff for a long time. The first time I ever uploaded a video to YouTube was when I was like 15 years old playing guitar. That was a long time ago. And I was kind of like, I actually blurred the video out because you could edit your video on YouTube then. I blurred the video. I don't know. I don't think they can unblur it now. They might be able to unblur that video. That video is old, but I did have another video that wasn't blurred. Um but anyways, yeah, I was playing guitar. So I used to play guitar, I used to write, experiment, and I went through a lot of troubles in my life, and I've had a lot of things happen. Not going to really get into that too much because I've written a lot of independent books where they're just kind of, I don't give enough books, you know what I mean? They're just like, books that, like, I do a lot of crazy journaling and experimental stuff with that. Basically, writing books that don't even have to make sense. They'll just jump to one thing to another. So I basically have experimented with a lot of different styles and different stuff, and done a lot of stuff that I wanted to do versus doing what other people want me to do. And so, it's a lot of friction, a lot of controversy, a lot of different people online, a lot of different people with way more attention than me, you know what I mean? So for me, just being a small fry, small guy, and just doing what I do, I mean, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy because I started making food videos last year, and you know that got some attention and stuff. And probably not enough, not as much attention as some other people. I know that there's people way more popular than me online, you know what I mean? It's just the way it is. And so I don't, it's been kind of a confusing kind of thing for me to, like, oh hey, I finally am, people are actually watching my videos, like. But not that they weren't before. I mean, I was just doing comedy before mostly, and then I went through different phases like of music. I've made a lot of electronic music, made a lot of rap music, did a lot of mixtaping and different stuff. And it's hard. It takes a lot of work to be able to get something really good. And basically for me, I'm just kind of scrapbooking, if you will, just kind of experimental scrapbooking, just making anything and just putting it online. Like, I don't even care. Like, I don't even know what the hell is going on anymore. Like, is this supposed to be a music video? I guess. I don't know. So, a lot of stuff, that came out of that, you could say that some of it's bad, some of it's good, And so, and it's been it's been kind of just like a journey for me. Or it's been kind of like an artistic expression kind of thing where I'm just taking different things to the max or whatever and trying different stuff out. And what I found, what I really found out And something I've been thinking about lately is like shock value, and that's something I've been thinking about for a while. Like shock value, like you see it and you pay attention to it for a reason because of what you're looking at. Like when someone looks at one of my food videos, it probably is a little shock value for them because they have things in their life that tell them, "Hey, don't eat that many fries or whatever," and then they see that and they're like, "Oh, damn, this guy, what the hell?" And you jump to conclusions and stuff. But I just got off the treadmill. I was on it for like a half an hour. I was lifting, and so all this stuff, like I'm taking care of myself. I take daily vitamins and stuff. So I take care of myself. And I draw and stuff. I make animations. I kind of do whatever I want to do when I do it, but um, it's a lot to juggle. So I've been juggling a lot, and I've been kind of, trying to do a lot of different things for a long time. And for me, it's kind of like there's a lot of different things I could say on the topic, but you know, part of it has been a struggle of artistry and also greed, but also like, kind of just being a real genuine person and trying to just make stuff for people that they want to watch and then just making a living. So for me to look at it all, it's kind of like, well, if I could make a living off this stuff, off of entertainment or writing books or whatever, that would be great. But, doing mastering something like comedy or, anything, any of that stuff, a lot of people never really per se master it because they never really if you think about mastering comedy, well, what the hell is mastering comedy? Like, oh, okay, well, you're one of the most famous people in the world. You're in very popular movies in the movie theaters and stuff. Like, I would consider that mastering comedy. But whenever you really think about that, it's like, or you're really popular online or something. You do something and you're successful and you make money. Like basically, like you consider yourself a professional at that point because you're actually making money. Which is another whole thing because I know there's a lot of gamers out there. They're pretty much like professional gamers. They could play any game, but can they actually market it and make money off it and stream it? And so that's just an example. But yeah, so I stream games too. I've been a gamer all my life, and always been artistic, and I've always been like a writer, and I was pretty heavy into writing for a while. Um, I was actually originally like, I'm kind of one of those people that will do anything and doesn't really care, and so it's like, I guess, and I kind of notice this trend among people because there's only some people like this, where they don't just do one. Okay, more like they don't reveal everything. So like there are a lot of people out there, they might be famous, but they might do some other stuff and they're really good at some other stuff too, and you just don't know that because you don't pay attention to that much. You know what I mean? So for me, I don't know, maybe it's just like creative people are just creative people and they could potentially do a lot of different things. But there's just a lot of different skill levels, and there's a lot of different artists, and there's a lot of great artists out there too. Arguably, there are people that are way, way better than me, and I've seen a lot of stuff that is, like visual art is a good depiction of how good you are. And comedy is always a thing where it's can be very arguable and stuff. But I guess when it comes down to it, it's like if you get big laughs, you get big laughs. And so I've done a lot of different stuff. I've written horror, I've written poetry, I've written a lot of different genre. So I've been did like a lot of different independent genre work where I'm just like, I feel like there's a job interview. but but yeah, so I've done a lot of independent genre work, which is basically just like you just try to find a genre or a good story that's kind of unique, and you try to just write it and just do it in a unique way. And so I've done a lot of that stuff, and I've done a lot of like random journaling books, and I've had fun with that. And I wrote a couple books recently, and I do some like sexual humor and stuff, but it's just comedy and stuff. And I know that people can really find that offensive, but it's just all jokes and stuff. I'm not really like, if I was like making a sexual joke and I was talking to the camera like I was talking to you, I'm not really talking to you. I'm not talking to anybody. It's just all just a gag. You know what I mean? So I try to make that pretty clear. I kind of put a disclaimer on my in the descriptions and stuff, to like, if you don't read the description, I can't really help you because I put it there for a reason because I like doing different stuff. I like to express myself. I like to, and it's really not for kids and stuff, but when you really want to get into that conversation, it's like, well, there's a lot of stuff on the internet that's really not for kids, but it's so I don't really want to get into this territory, but you know what I'm saying. Like, I upload my stuff. I click the button, not for kids, and I don't have any control. I just post my stuff, and honestly, I try not to. Like, it's not like I want make all of my stuff, like, sexual stuff and make myself, like, look like some pervert, but it's all just a joke. It's basically just exaggerating stuff and just taking it to a level where it's so ridiculous that it's just BS. It's just like fictional humor really most of the time where it's like, I'm gonna do something that's not real because you know what? Everybody's so real online, and that makes them more relatable, especially on YouTube and stuff like that. But if you look at like genre writing and fiction writing and kind of fantasy and a lot of fans of that kind of stuff, it can be a lot like there are people that like certain things that are kind of worlds away from kind of what's going on in real life because like whenever you talk to a person and it's very like real and you have a casual conversation and you're connecting to them on the grounds that hey, we're two people and we're having this conversation about something in reality, so for me it's like, reality, like, and I know that there's a lot of different people and there's a lot of different genres, and there's a lot of different perspectives and people do certain types of stuff and all of that, and so when you really get into that, it's really having conversations about genres. It's like everything's a subgenre. Everything is basically like, it's just like it really is kind of a long conversation, but I guess it's pretty simple, like there's like for me making a lot of different stuff, I never felt like I was able to really get to a level where it was really, really good. But I'm independent. I do everything myself. No one's investing millions of dollars into me. I'm investing all all of my hopes and dreams into myself. So it's just me over here. So you have to take that into consideration, and then I have the conversation of independent versus signing a deal or getting on a network or, all this crap. But, there's a lot of people that do their own stuff. And, I don't know. I mean, it's questionable whether someone like who's writing for you, who's so, it gets into depth. So basically, what's going on the channel is I do a lot of different stuff and it can be pretty random. But I'm really trying to turn up the heat a little bit. I'm trying to turn up the dial, all right? And that's what I've been doing lately. I've been trying to turn it up, and it takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of mental focus and energy to be able to do these things. And so really, I mean, I just need to get myself together if I really want to do good at something particular, whether I'm doing animations, trying to draw something cool, or I'm doing music or any of that stuff, and it's really about just like how much time do you want to put into this? Like how much do you really want to put into this? Because nobody really has all the time in the world, and sooner or later you got to decide where you want to devote yourself. So that's kind of really what's been going on. So if I upload something and it doesn't seem like it's the best thing in the world and you don't really like it that much, it's probably because I just didn't put in enough time into the thing. But that's how I kind of grind, is I just kind of keep making stuff and keep going and try to get in a good get a good little, you know get a good little take or something going, get some good stuff going. And there's a lot of things I can do, and so as of right now I'm just doing a I'm trying to grind on doing animations. I'm trying to work out the streaming because I've done streaming and streaming clips, which I can make some pretty good streaming clips if I give me enough time. I can. And so I've been trying to make better streams and do better food videos and all this, but the food videos and stuff are the most popular, so it's almost like, well, just ditch everything and just do that. So it's pretty much for me, it's been a struggle of where do I want to devote myself, and so that's kind of it's almost this thing where it's like, well, you should just do a couple different things and put that into your routine and just do that every day, and it's just hard when you want to do this thing and you almost forcing yourself to do this on a particular day. And then it's like, well, I got a good idea, but it's going to take some time and energy. And I kind of want to go over here and do this. So it's really just like balancing all this different stuff. And I honestly think, like anybody out there, if they just put in their willpower, they could pretty much be good at anything as long as they're just like, hey, I really love doing it. So that's what it's really been about, is like, hey, let's like I love doing this. I want to connect to people. I want to like, make stuff for people, and and maybe do more than that, but it's like it's kind of a long conversation really, but yeah, I'm just kind of chill over here. Kind of do a lot of weird, strange shock humor. That's basically how I see it. Some of the stuff is just weird, crazy shock humor. That's basically what it is. Because that, and you see that a lot. It's, a lot of different people make it, are lucky enough to make it popular, because that's what it really is. Someone makes something popular and you think, oh yeah, wow, they're so good, but it's like, yeah, that guy's so lucky. But then again, people are crazy. Who knows how hard they're working on stuff? Someone could just work their ass off for months on one video. I don't know. If you really put in that much time to one little video, that's what they do with movies. They put so much time into just take after take after take. It's crazy the lengths that they'll go to entertain people. You know what I mean? Like, especially in professional business and stuff. So for me, I just like been a learning process, and another thing is I have to take time for myself, and I have to take time to paying attention and learning different things, or else I'm just gonna be in the dark. Like, I've been learning about computers lately, and there were a lot of things that I didn't know that I feel kind of dumb about because I just didn't really want to put time into focusing on it for too long. Or like, it's just something I don't pay attention to much, and it's just the rabbit hole. It's just another rabbit hole, really. And so for me, I've been on a lot of different grinds, and so like right now, I'm mainly like trying to just get a good routine going, and and that's kind of what I'm doing overall. Is I got my workout routine, I got the food videos I'm doing, I got doing art and animations. I want to get more on that, and I'm a writer too, so independent writing, doing music and stuff, because there's a lot of things I want to do with music that I haven't been able to do yet, and so it's taken a lot of work, and I don't know. It's just like I've done a lot of stuff, and like I was on a electronic music grind for a long time, and I learned so much about that, you know, and so basically and I was on a streaming grind for a while too, and basically, what happened with my game streams, I'm not streaming right now. I have been playing some games off stream. In fact, I'm probably gonna go play some games here just to chill, because one thing is when I play games offline and I'm not streaming, it's a completely different experience. And I just think that for me, I think part of it's I need to get back to my roots, kind of. But when I'm streaming, I need to be able to put on the right stream, and people can come in and change the vibe of the stream, and they don't know it all the time, but they can change the vibe of the stream, and I have to be able to control the vibe of the stream completely. And sometimes it's almost just ignoring people completely that come in the stream. But for me, it's a different challenge, because when you don't have that many talking and people talking in the stream, you're more inclined to like, hey, you should respond to that guy. He's here. There's not very many people here. And they're not here for a reason, because you're not entertaining people. You need to put on a better stream. But I don't like to brutalize myself and really take it down the path of, wow, you suck. This, all of that crap that people kind of get kind of wrapped up. But kind of, I guess it is toxic. I don't really like saying toxic. I know a lot of people say toxic, but you know what I mean. It kind of gets to that point where it's just kind of like, you know, I don't like to be so dramatic or brutal about my level of skill, because I understand kind of what it takes to be able to do things, and the amount of time and energy that it can take to achieve something. Like, if you just think about, like, hey, you want to make a viral video, but that could be really hard to do. And like, oh, hey, you want to make consistent viral videos, a lot of people are watching them, you want to tap into an audience. It's probably not gonna happen in the afternoon, you know what I mean? Like, probably even if you worked for a full year straight, like, all of your free time, you probably wouldn't. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know. People are able to relate to different people. So this is a big, kind of complicated mess. But for me, I just do what I like to do, and I have a lot of stuff that I'm really feeling right now, and I got a lot of things that I want to do right now, and I'm kind of situating myself. Like, here's an example of something that I would do is whenever I would make music, I would just go, like, I would just come up with a song on the spot. Like, I'd come up with a title, I'd write the song, or just freestyle the song. Because sometimes I could freestyle the song and it can be really good. And that can work good sometimes, but really, if you really want to write a song, you probably better just sit there and write a bunch of titles. Like, just sit there and write titles And I'm a writer, so I can write stuff if I want. All I have to do is devote the time. And I can write good stuff too. And I know how good I am as a writer. I'm I'm pretty good, and I don't just mean to be cocky or anything because I'm kind of past. That's another thing is some people don't realize they can't see through their own cockiness. So they can't see through their own cockiness. They can't see through their own ego. They can't see through their own this blind of you're entitled to stuff because you're not entitled to it at all. No one has to watch your videos. No one has to give you nothing. No one has to respect you. No one has to laugh. Nothing. No one owes you shit, okay? And to have a random person or just some person off the street come and watch your stuff, it's like, hey man, it's there's a lot of people on the internet. So for me, I just try to be like, hey, I can't always like I'm not really trying to have a conversation with people a lot of the time too, and that's another thing. So like I'm not really trying to have a conversation. Like people can say stuff, and if I don't respond, I'm not trying. Like I don't. You're not owed, and that's another thing. You're not owed a conversation with me or anything just because you're a fan all of a sudden, just because you came to my channel, you're a fan. Like honestly, and interacting with fans and stuff is kind of its own thing. And that's another thing with gaming streams is people can come on and try to mess with you on your stream and try to there's all sorts of stuff that goes into that. The rabbit hole gets deep with that too because people will try to mess with you and then people like you one time, then they don't like you, and then I don't know. It's kind of confusing what people are trying to say sometimes, and so I've been kind of just like not responding to like I'm kind of just like I don't want to disturb you. Like you're saying something and you're watching it, you might even be asking a question. I'm just like just don't disturb them. You're gonna ruin it. But no, no, you kind of that's just the whole thing with knowing how to talk to people and stuff. And I know how to talk to people and stuff. It's just like sometimes they don't like what I have to say, or sometimes they get a misconception or something, and it's just like for me to explain everything about everything and give you this moral justification of my being and all of this stuff is it takes a while because a lot of time people just want to know if you're a good person and they just want you to like, is this guy like can I actually like this guy or is he gonna go off the wall and do some stupid shit and I was a fan of him and it just got ruined? And it's like no, that's not me. So it's like, oh yeah, he's making all these weird sexual jokes or whatever online. It's like, no, 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 no. If you don't understand that stuff, I'm sorry, you don't understand comedy. Like and yeah, you could say, well, hey man, you're making the jokes, but they aren't that good. Like, okay, dude, whatever. You know what? I'm on my own grind, I'm doing my thing. I'm minding my own business. I'm on my territory. You know what I mean? So we don't have to elevate that to just pure, brutalize it. Like that's what I'm saying about earlier. It's like brutalizing everything, dramatizing and brutalizing the entire situation of someone posting videos online and stuff. It's like woo, just like dude, just a guy making some stuff. If you don't like it, I guess I'm gonna have to try harder. Okay. So, and that's on me too. It's like, well, shit, I should brutalize and dramatize myself, get myself on the mood to work my ass off. People do work pretty ridiculous. People will go to a very extreme lengths to get into the entertainment industry, because you can make a lot of money and stuff. So, you know, I don't know. I love doing what I'm doing and I have a particular plan too. I'm trying to connect with particular people and stuff. It's just like a lot of the time, if I don't respond to your comment or you might feel a little like I'm trying not to make people feel so used and stuff. That's been a big thing. Like if you come and like my stuff, I don't want to make you feel used. But if you say something I don't respond, you might feel a little bit like, oh well, that guy's just fake, and stuff. Like I don't want to be like a fake guy. But the reality of the situation is like I have so much stuff I'm trying to do that you know it's really like, well, do I want to do that too? That's kind of the thing. It's like, do I want to just like engage with people and be all this? And that's almost a skill in itself because like making videos is one thing, but just like interacting with people, that's another part of it too. So you don't necessarily have to do it, really. I mean, you can just work hard on the stuff, and if a lot of people like it, a lot of people like it. So there's some different views to that. It's almost kind of controversial because it does seem kind of fake to be like, oh yeah, I posted a video, yeah, like it. You don't like it? Okay, bye. Like I don't even care about anyone or anything. So it's like, no, I care about people and stuff, but it's just like to a certain extent, it's like you got to get real and seeing eye to eye, and I'm doing my thing over here, you're doing I don't even know you, you know what I mean? And that's a lot of the time it's like I don't even know who the hell this person is, you know? So if you want like I kind of see it like if you want to stick around and chill, that's cool. You want to be cool, that's cool. If you decide you want to leave, then what am I going to do about that? So it's just like I don't know if I really want to dedicate a friendship to someone I don't even know, but it's pretty cool. Like most people are cool. Like most people are probably just normal people that are just trying to get a laugh and just chill and hang out and shit and find someone cool or whatever and just trying to chat with someone or like, hey, I like your video. um so anyways, yeah, that's just all the stuff. I just wanted to like make a video just kind of breaking down what the hell was going on because I know that people can look at my stuff sometimes and like, dude, what the hell is this guy on? Or like, what the hell is this guy doing? Or like I make a joke like I was joking, I was doing this kind of bit or these puns where it's like mental illness is so fun. I can't remember exactly all of. I've written a lot of jokes. Okay, I've even published jokes books and a lot of different books that are free on Google Play actually. So any interested in those, you can go pick them up. I'm not tripping though. I'm not trying to shove books in anyone's face, but I do like to let people know, like, hey, I got some free books. Reading is an old entertainment. That was before we had TVs. It's dying off. Books are old. I don't know. They're kind of their own thing. They're different. Um, Still very hard to make it, and the writing industry and shit. But I'm pretty much just an independent soldier, so that's something you got to realize too. Like, and something I had to come to terms with is like, dude, that's just the way it is. You want to be alone. You want to be a lone wolf. Hey, you're a lone wolf over there. You're a lone wolf out there. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of me. I just kind of like posting stuff on the internet. I'm not like for me to do like a stage performance and or like even like people that do like huge concerts and stuff. That's pretty crazy. Like that's a little bit probably too much for me. So I wouldn't even try to even if you could get people to show up, you know what I mean? I think if you get people to show up then that's a miracle in itself and holy crap, you're good. And so yeah, I mean, I try not to like hate like for me, I there might be stuff I don't like, people I don't like and people that, are potentially more popular than me and stuff and I might like them or not like them. There's just a lot of stuff circulating in the airwaves. So I almost see myself as just a component of maybe something that people could potentially like, and if they like me, then that's great. Like, because I like a lot of different stuff, and it's I don't know, I might get hung up on something for a while, but I usually kind of like something for a while and I move on. So I don't know. I don't want you to be like that. I don't want people to be like that. That's why I'm working though. That's what you got to do. You got to grab people's attention. That's the whole game of it. And it's pretty fun. It's a challenge. It's like, it's a positive activity I'm participating in. So that's basically the way I see it. It's like something I'm never going to succeed at, but it's always a challenge to try. That's basically the way I see. But I guess some people are just destined to fail and destined doomed to never whatever. But I have a lot of different things that I can do and a lot of things that I've been doing. So I'm basically just working and stuff at all of this stuff and having a lot of fun and trying to make stuff that people can like and stuff. But so anyways, yeah, it's just a lot of information, I guess. It's a long history and there's a lot of components to it. There's a lot of things to say. There's so much that I could say about it. And I cut my own hair, by the way. And I have a curl right here that kind of curls my hair up. So there's nothing I can do about that. That's a curl. Maybe let it grow longer. No, it kind of curls. Nothing I can do about my hairline. People always making jokes about haircuts and stuff. I don't know what the deal is with that. Always got to joke about people's hair, man. Um, but yeah, anyways, I just over here doing my thing and um, you know, that's all it really is, really. So there's a lot of stuff going on right here, and I even want to make my own video games too. So I just want to do too many things in life. That's kind of my problem. That's kind of my thing is I want to do too much, and there's just not enough time. but that's very entertaining for me to be like, oh, I'm pumping as much time out of this stuff and loving what I'm doing and trying to love it too, because it's a relationship. And that's what people don't see like it's kind of a relationship with what you're doing. And to love it, you gotta love it and love the bad stuff and the good stuff. But if you don't do every little thing to make something as good as it possibly can, then you know maybe you're just cutting corners and you should just quit. But if you like what you do, you like what you do, and you could do stuff for yourself, and that might be entertaining to you, but might not be entertaining to other people. So you know, the whole it's the whole confliction of quality, quantity, being an artist and being a salesman basically, because if you want to make something that's good enough to sell to people, you got to think about that for a second. You want something good enough that people will spend their time enjoying. And everything they can enjoy so many different things out there. You know what I mean? There's so many things that they could be enjoying. So what is going to make them want to enjoy you? You know what I'm saying? So I'm already exhausted. My brain's already exploded inside of itself. But I just figured I'd make this video. I don't know if anyone's gonna watch it. It's almost 40 minutes now, but I just wanted to make a video kind of just going over stuff and letting people know what the hell is going on. So as far as the game streaming goes, um, I haven't been streaming because I found out well, okay, so with certain games, my stream quality is kind of lacking, and there's some pixelation happening in the stream, and it's just not as good as I would want it to be. Now, depending on the game I play, it could be a decent stream, but as of right now, my main focus is doing the food videos because I'm getting a lot of likes on those and stuff. So I'm trying to maximize those the most I can, trying to do that stuff and maybe even trying to do some pivot to some other stuff like doing some different cooking videos and different food videos like that, maybe doing food and travel stuff and eating like better food, not just fast food. Fast food is okay though. I don't mind fast food. Fast food can actually be pretty decent. Um, depends on the time and the mood, Eat a midnight burger sometimes. That's pretty nice. Sometimes, probably not all the time. Maybe a few times. I don't know, man. Whatever you're into, but yeah. So I know there's a lot of food out there. I've watched a lot of different food stuff, and basically, for me personally, I've been learning more about cooking and using seasonings and doing different recipes and cooking is another rabbit hole. So it's just a bunch of different rabbit holes I've been pretty much tunneling in, if you will, if you want to indulge in the metaphor of me running through a bunch of different tunnels as a rabbit, like that old game Dig Dug, and just boop, 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 boop. So that's basically it. Is I'm just a bunch of gigabytes or like computer random glitches going. Boop, 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 boop. That's kind of me. Bunch of rabbit computer viruses, something not a virus, a rabbit computer program. Rabbit computer programs. We know how to program your brain to get through that next rabbit hole. Yeah, that's basically it. So, jumping through rabbit holes, jumping through hoops, trying to do some stuff, dedicating my time. And I really enjoyed talking about this stuff today. And because I'm just running it all down. Because that's what I do. I actually do talk to myself, and you kind of have to talk to yourself or put things in front of yourself to really think about them and stuff. So this is kind of the long novel version. This is the long movie version, the long documentary of what the hell is going on with me right now. And I felt it was needed because I've gotten a lot of subscribers and stuff. So try to keep them at least a little bit informed if they're interested. If not, if you just want to watch the food videos or don't watch anything, then I can't control what the hell you're interested in or what you're going to do. So that's pretty much it. That's what's going on my channel. And hope I can make some stuff that you'll be interested and hope to see you around. If not, then I wish you well and I hope that you get whatever it is you're looking for. That was like 40 minutes. But yeah, so okay. One more thing. I'm probably going to be returning to streaming too. It's just a matter of time. I'm trying to get things figured out here. And when you don't stream for a while, you kind of get it gets a little bit high voltage. It's a little bit intense because then you're gonna go back in and try to do this thing again, where you try to do so many times, and I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a little bit on edge about it because I haven't streamed in a while. It's a little bit crazy. People come on and talking to you and stuff. It's a little bit. I think it's a little bit intense to have encounters with certain people, and that's part of the entertainment of it is the social interactions that you have with people in a live stream. So, anyways, yeah, I'm trying to get myself situated. I might have to get a streaming PC. There are some games I can stream with my current setup that'll stream fine, and the stream will be decent quality. It's just like I noticed that some of the stuff was getting pretty ridiculous, and there was some major pixelization. And so I had to research stuff and look stuff up that I'm not really like a computer geek guru guy who knows everything about what's going on with computers and streaming and stuff. So I'm probably like I was saying this earlier, is I'm kind of moving to the more advanced, I think, knowledge of the stuff, but that stuff gets pretty complicated. Like I was saying, it's kind of a rabbit hole. And so that's just kind of what I'm dealing with right now. I'm not trying to put anything, I'm not trying to not do something or whatever. I'm just, ignore people or whatever. It's just like I'm trying to provide the best stuff I can, and it's just like I don't know. It's just like I can't stream something if it's gonna be like crappy. If it's gonna have pixelization and stuff, I need to be able to figure that out on my own. So I'm working that out. Uh, but anyways, peace out. I just wanted to drop a video in case anybody was interested in the longer version of what the hell is going on my channel. And thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Then again, screw you. Just kidding. See, I was just kidding. You might not like that. You might not enjoy that. I don't know what you're into. People get really offended over minor details and stuff, but pretty chill guy. I just do artistic stuff. It's just art and stuff, okay? Okay? It's just art and stuff, okay? I'm out of here. Oh, I didn't know what I was doing. Oh, yeah, I like this guy right here. I like his face. I drew him. This guy's pretty cool too. I was gonna do some more of that actually. Here. Yeah, right now. I'm making up a couple videos, but yeah.